want everyone to meet you. I know you don't want to meet everybody. This is Elliot. She's very camera shy. Or not. Maybe not. Who is that? Who are they? Okay. This is Elliot. What's this? She's... This is my cat. Yeah, so I bet I look really good. Hey, no, Hey, no, bad. I don't know what this. Ooh, what is this? Ooh, it was $6.95. This is $6.95. What is this? Oh, what if it's a real animal? Oh. Okay, Elle, you gotta get off the. I gotta do a video. You guys look lovely today. I just wanted to say that you look really good. You do. I love what you did with your hair, and what you did with everything else. Just looks so good. You're going in a good direction. Guys, what's up? It's Dylan Skellydon. Hey 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 guys, what's up? It's Dylan. Dylan Skellydon. And scene. I don't know what kind of mood you're in today, but that was a hello for a couple different moods. Do you have your refreshment? I have mine, as you can tell. Let's take a big sip. You know, it's like the smallest sip. I'm like, take a big sip, and then I take like a little dainty little, like, I should have had my pinky up. Oh my God. I can't do that. Okay. Whether you took a big sip or a small sip or a gulp or you chugged it or you threw your pinky up and just, I'm proud of you. So, my cat's just watching me like, what the heck is going on? Oh, nope, now she's licking herself. Oh, good. Gotta blot that out. There's some children watching. In light of recent events, my sister, who I don't think I talk about very much, I don't think I've ever mentioned her, just a little rundown, 16 and a half, give or take, years ago, I think, this is pure speculation, but I think, quotations on the speculation, not on the I think part, I can think, Satan somehow crawled out of hell and then got inside my mother and then exited the womb January 13th, 2000, and now is my sister. Because literally, figuratively, actually, she is Satan. I'm pretty sure. Like, 99.9% positive she's Satan. And she also kills 99.9% of germs. She kind of almost makes me want to, like, be good the rest of my life, so I'll go to heaven and not party it up with Satan, because if this is like a preview, I don't want it. But who am I kidding? I'm going to hell, and I'm gonna party hard. And, you know, whatever. Hopefully it'll be fun. I'll see you there. She's eligible to take her driver's test, and I have driven with her, and Jesus, just take the wheel. Just take it. Take it from Satan, because she's not bad. It's not good. And I'm not a horrible driver, okay? I'm an okay driver. I drive a little fast, but you know, I'm almost 21. My life is gonna go downhill after this. Soon I'll be 30. I gotta get to where I want to go, man. I gotta get there. So I gotta go a little fast. I'm not like, you know, going 90 and a 25. I'm going like a crisp 35 and a 25. So I don't know if you hear horror stories about how bad it is to take your driver's test, but I think I had the worst. So I had this car, and its name was Frank. I don't know if it was from Frank from My Chemical Romance or Frank from Donnie Darko. I'll say both. But he is no longer with us. I had gotten into a car accident. Not my fault. Not my fault. People need to watch where they're going, okay? That'll be a story for another time with a lot of anger. But so I get in the car, and it's this guy, this older man, and I'm a talker, if you haven't noticed how long it takes me to make a video. Okay, so two things I do when I get nervous. 4 things that I do. 2 things that I do when I get nervous. I talk, and I block stuff out. I talk so much, but I never remember what I say. So when you get in the car, you have to show them that you know the turns, your turn signals, which people need to use. But, and your flasher, blinky lights. And I didn't know how to turn my high beams on because that was just something I never learned. So he's like, okay, put your high beams on. And I'm like, freaking around with the dashboard, turning the, I was so dumb. I was so nervous. I was so dumb. I'm turning the radio on, and I'm putting my flashers on, and I'm putting my regular beams on, and I'm I honk the horn, and he comes over to me, and he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm just a little nervous. I say that as I'm drenched in sweat trying to find my high beams, which I didn't know you just had to push the little thing and then they would go on. So he leans over, and he's a bigger dude, and he kind of didn't smell nice. And he leans over and he clicks my high beams on, and he's like, you got enough so far that this won't count. And I'm like, okay. That's kind of crappy that if you can't parallel park, you don't get your license, because I think I've parallel parked maybe 3 times since I've got my license. You see those commercials where they're doing 60-point turns, and they go up and they hit the car, and they go back and they hit the car, and I'm like, that's me. That's me. That'll be me. I don't want to take the chances. No, nada, never doing that. So, I somehow maneuver myself into parallel parking, and he's like, good. He claps. I'm driving, and I'm shaking, and I'm talking. I'm like, so how long have you been doing this? And I guess that's a horrible question to ask. He's like, long enough. I'm like, okay, good. Super. So I'm like, do you like your job? I'm just trying to talk, because he would not talk. He didn't engage in any kind of conversation. And you can't just be super nervous and just sit in silence like someone stole your car radio. So I'm like, do you like your job? And he's like, no, I don't really like kids. And I'm like, okay, good. So he's making me take these directions, and I'm like, I don't know if I could do your job, because getting in cars with people who really don't know how to drive would kind of make me nervous. And he's like, yeah, I thank God every day that I am still alive. And he said it just like that. So I'm thinking he doesn't want to be alive. So I turn, and we go down this really windy road, and he's like, 15, 15, 15. Because that's a speed limit. And I'm going 16, maybe 17. This is where my speed demon awoke. I got my brakes on. I'm like, okay, 15. He's like, 15, 15. He keeps yelling it. So I hear that in my nightmares sometimes still. And I'm like, got the brake on. I'm like, I'm going 15. I'm like, yeah, I see that. I see the speed limit. And he's like, do you see it? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, then what is it? And I'm like, is this a trick question? It's 15. He's like, 15! In my ear. And I'm like, okay. So I'm going down the hill, and I get up the hill, and it goes back to 25. And I'm like, okay. So we're just sitting in silence. And he's just writing on this piece of paper thing, grading me while I'm driving. And I'm like, okay, it'll be fine. I'm doing good. He's probably writing, wow, very talkative, very nice, good personality, nice hair. That's a total lie. Total lie. I have my old license. So the light turns green, and all I'm thinking about that Drake and Josh episodes. I don't know why I ask him. I'm like, do you remember that episode of Drake and Josh? And he's a 60-year-old man, so I'm like, oh, he doesn't know what I'm talking about. He has no idea. And so he's like, what? He asked me, he's like, I don't know what that is. And I'm so I tried to explain the plot of that Drake and Josh episode to this guy. Oh, I idea who Drake and Josh are, but I'm so nervous that I don't care. So I'm like, Drake gets this really hot girl and, you know, doesn't pass. But they go on dates, and then I remember like, I'm like, oh my god, wait, what if he thinks I'm trying to like make that us? And I'm like, but I'm not trying to, you know, make that happen or anything. I'm not like asking you out. I said that to him. And then I'm like, but Josh, he gets that really mean old lady, and that's kind of more like us, and that's what I said. And I'm like, not that you're mean or old, because you're really young. Looks over at me like daggers, and I'm like, not you know that you're old. And I say that again. I'm like, you're not old. You're young. You got a lot of years left. And I pull into the parking space. He writes something down, looks at me, and he says, "You passed." And then he gets out of the car, and I'm like, I would have failed me just because I couldn't properly tell him the plot of Drake and Josh, or that I hit on him, or that I didn't know what my high beams were. But I passed. So I'm hoping that my sister, or you guys, has a better experience with driving than I did, because I still hear 15 in my head sometimes. I'm showing you this, but just know 3 things. 1, if you ever tell anyone about this, I will come to your house and kick your butt with my mixed martial arts background, because I took 2 karate classes when I was a kid. 2, I don't photograph very well. And 3, 16 was a bad year, and I may or may not have looked like I murdered like a bunch of people. Oh, it's so bad. Look at it. That's me recently. They both look bad. Oh. What is that? What am I doing? What is going on with my lips? What is that hairstyle? That's not much better.